Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So guys, today we'll be learning how to create this animation using just HTML and CSS. So guys, when you look at this stuff, it looks like a very big deal, but it is something very easy to accomplish just by adding 2 lines of CSS code. So I'll walk you through the process on creating this text animation using just CSS and HTML. So guys, with that being said, if you know you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe right now. That's the only way you can help me grow this channel. That's the only way you can tell any visitors that you love what I am doing on this channel. So guys, please subscribe right now. Click the subscribe button, and when you do, turn on the bell notification so you'll be notified whenever I put up a new video on this channel. So I won't keep sharing the link to other social media handle for you to come and view. So with that being said guys, let's go ahead and write some CSS code, and I hope you love this video because I'll make sure I explain everything I do right here. So thanks once more for visiting my channel, and welcome to Code UI Tutorials.
Caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the crossfire.
So welcome back guys. Right here we already have some HTML markup. So I have 3 HTML tags, which is this h1, h2 and h3 tag, and already added my CSS file to it. This is it. We don't have any CSS rule yet. So when we go to our web browser, you can see the HTML tags. So guys, here we'll duplicate most of the code because the code are almost the same. It's just the keyframes, the CSS keyframes are the things that are a little bit different on this project. So with that being said guys, let's just go ahead and start writing some HTML code. So the first thing we are going to do is to style the body tag by adding some row. So let's give this a padding of 0 pixel to remove the default browser row, and also give this a margin of 0 pixel. So guys, if you are here just for the code and not, maybe if you already know CSS and you are here just because of the code, you can actually increase the speed of this video, the play speed of this video, so you can just copy the code, pause the video, copy the code to be much easier for you that way. But if you actually want to learn, you can stick with me and make sure you don't get bored. So let's give it a background color of black. Background color black. I'll try as much as I can to be very fast and overflow hidden to avoid it having some overflow on it, so the stuff won't leave the browser. So let's give it overflow hidden, so whatever that might actually overflow on this page won't leave the browser window, so it will be hidden. So let's first start this h2 tag, which is this codeuiandy. So let's call h2 because that's the only h2 we have on our document. So let's add text align, center to center it, and let's add a font family to Times New Roman. Okay, perfect. Oh, sorry. Now let's add margin top of 10 pixel, and the line height 11 to give it some line height. And let's also give it a font size. Let's also give it a font size to increase the font size. A font size of 1M. So you can use pixel, but I prefer using M units. So let's see what we have now. Okay, we can't actually see anything right now because the text is black by default. That is the default browser rule for text. So let's keep styling this stuff. So let's add text transform value and change it to uppercase. Then let's add an image to it. So what you actually see on your browser is the image that, okay, let me actually do it, then after doing it I will explain it to you guys. So let's add background, then call on the URL attribute. So I have an image here which is 6.jpg and 4.jpg. So let me use the 6.jpg and see what we have now. Okay, you can see it already. Okay, that is perfect. So here we've added font size of 1M. This should be 11M, not 1M. You can also increase it to 12, but I prefer to use 11. Okay, so with that being said, another attribute that we are going to add on this to make the image. Okay, let's see what we have now. You can see the image is at the back. So for this image to actually click with this text, and for this background image to disappear and click with the text, we are going to add what do they call it, background clip. Background clip will help us accomplish that. So let's just add background clip to it. Background clip to text. Okay, let's see what we have now on our browser. Okay. Don't know. Okay, I think because we have now added the WebKit method, WebKit background clip. Okay, and change it to text. Let me see what we have now. Okay, perfect. You can see the image is now clipped to this text. You can see. So this is perfect already. The only thing we need to do right now is to make it transparent, and there's another CSS attribute that we can add to it, which is background text fill color. When you add text fill color and give it a value of transparent, it becomes transparent automatically. So let's add the value to it. So let's call on the WebKit again. WebKit. It is really hard to remember these names. I think it's, yeah, WebKit text fill color, like WebKit text fill color. Okay, this is it, and let's change it to transparent and see what we have. Perfect, you can see it. So now nothing is happening because we have not added the animation to it. We have not called on any keyframe yet. So when you add keyframes to it and give it a position of top, and give it a background position of top or bottom, that is when the stuff actually keep moving. Like, so let me just reserve the comments for now and go ahead and keep writing the code for it. So guys, you can see, as I said earlier, this stuff is very easy to do just by adding 2 CSS rules, and this stuff is something you won't know if nobody said to you. You won't know that CSS can actually do something like this. So with that being said, guys, let's keep writing some CSS code for it. So now let's add the animation. So we call on our animation rule. Okay, animation. So I'll give it a name of animate. We'll give it a name of animate 1 because we have 3 animation, and this is not the best way to name your animation value, but for tutorial purpose I'll just do it that way, and I'll also tell you this is not the best way to do it. Okay, so now nothing will happen yet, so let's keep let's just duplicate this code and add it for the H1. Okay, let's just duplicate this code right now. So now let's duplicate this code for the H1. Let's copy this. Why do I have to repeat what I said? Okay. And change this to H1. H1. Okay. So the rule remains the same for this. So all we need to do right here is change this to animate to, because the rules are the same but the keyframes are not. And also change the image. We have this image here which is 4.jpg. Okay, actually to do this stuff you can use any image, but it is advisable to use a bright image, like an image that looks like a glow. So actually you can accomplish this stuff with any image. So you just find the image that works best for you. So now let's also duplicate it for the H3. Let's duplicate this stuff. This one will be a little bit different. And we'll also use 6 here and change this to animate 3. And this stuff did change here too. Okay. And let's change this to, wow, I can't believe I missed this stuff. I didn't set the timing function for this. Thank God I'm able to see this on time. If not, I would have battled with it. 5 seconds. And this should be 10 seconds. Also 10 seconds. Okay, perfect. So now let's go ahead and write the keyframes for all this. So we'll start by writing the one for the animate one. So we call on the keyframe, add keyframes. So this stuff, I believe you already know it, and if you don't know all these attributes, tell me on the notification box and I'll create a tutorial on CSS for beginners. So before that, let's see what we have on our browser. The third text is not showing, the third image is not showing, or the text. What could probably be the problem? Oh, now I know where the problem. This stuff, change it to H3, not H2, sorry. Yeah, so I guess it should be showing right now. Okay, perfect. That's your problem. That's your problem. So this stuff should be 4, then this should be 6, right? No, sorry guys. I really mistaken this image. So let's change this to 6 and also change this to 6, then change the last one to 4. Okay, perfect. Yeah, this is exactly how it was. So now let's animate it. So first of all, let's write the animate run by calling the keyframes attribute. So let's do it for 0%. When it is 0%, what am I doing, guys? 0%. And let's add a background position. So the magic that is going to happen here is just by adding the background position. The background position that will help us accomplish this stuff. So background position of 0 0. So when you use background position of 0 top and 0 bottom, means it should be at the normal background position. Like when you use background position center or background position top when making your image responsive, it will remain that way. It's just the same like using background position center here, using the 0% attribute. So when it is 100%, when it is 100%, we want to add background position of 100%, 100% and 100%. Okay, so let's see what we have now. You can see. So if we use negative 100%, negative 100%, what that is going to happen is the image, if you watch, this image is going from bottom to the top, from bottom to the top. So when we add negative, it will be going from top to bottom. So it is very easy to understand if you understand how the box model of top, left, right and bottom. So it is very easy to understand. All you need to do to understand this stuff is to play around with the value, because no matter how hard I explain it right now, you will never get familiar with it if you don't play around with the value. So guys, let me show you what I'm saying right now and change this value to minus 100% to make it a negative value. You can see it is coming from the left. It is coming from the left, and if I leave it to the way it was, you will see it will be coming from the right. You see, so that is what we actually do. So before it was coming from the top left, now it is coming from the bottom left. So that is how you can actually understand this stuff, by playing around with the value. So with that being said, let's go ahead and leave this, just only this minus 100%, and yeah, this is the way, this is it. So let's just leave it minus 100% for now and write other keyframe rules. So let's write the one for the let's just duplicate this stuff first instead of writing it from scratch, because it's almost the same. So let's write the rule for animate to and change. Okay, this background position for 0%, this is the default rule of the image. This is how you want the animation to start. So if you still want, you can play around with the value here, but whatever you put here is where the animation will start from, because 0 is the animation starting point and 100% is where it stops. So when you change it from 0% to 100%, that is when the image will start going from top, left, bottom, or whatever value you add to the 100%. So guys, what I'm going to do here, I will leave this both negative 100%, and it must not be 100%. You can actually play around with it. You can see this is the way it was on the slide. Okay, this is the one that will be a little bit different. So let's go ahead and write a rule for it. As I said earlier, this stuff is pretty easy to do. So let's create a rule for it now. So before that, guys, let's just duplicate this stuff. Let's duplicate it as usual, so we won't have to write this code from scratch. And guys, please, if you are still here on this tutorial, if you are still viewing right now, please click the subscription button and subscribe to the channel, please guys. I'm actually begging right now, please. So now let's create a rule for this, the last image, which is this. Okay, let's create a rule for it. So guys, everything here is still the same, but I want to change something here, which is when the image is on 70%, when the animation has gone 70%, I want to add something to it, which is optional. If you want, you add it. If you want, you don't. And I don't want to add any negative value to this. So when it is 70%, for it to go for the animation to actually drop and drop here, drop, go down, go up, is by adding what do they call it again, rotation to it. We'll add a very little rotation to it. So for us to rotate it, we'll call upon transform to transform it. So guys, if there's anything you don't understand, or if you want to create a tutorial on CSS animation, I don't mind doing that for my subscribers. This stuff is really confusing when you keep adding all these values. Just stop giving me this stuff. You are ruining my life, please. You're no longer helping. Oh god. Okay. It keeps coming out. Okay, let's rotate this now. Rotate. Give it minus 3 degree. So we can use 3% here. We use degree. So if you actually understand mathematics in school, 360 degree. So for something to rotate, we can rotate it 360 degree, which 360 actually means turning something around, like turning something around. That is 360 degree. So we'll rotate it just 3 degree. 3 degree. So now let's see what we have on our browser. You can see everything is just the way it was. So guys, you can see everything is working perfectly. You can take a look at the code once more. Take a look at the code. Everything is working perfectly. So what we are going to do now is, so guys, that is actually everything in this tutorial. That's how to animate a text using just HTML and CSS. You can see just this stuff that makes the difference and the animation. So I hope you are able to learn 1 or 2 things from this tutorial, and if you do, I'll be putting up tutorials like this. Please just subscribe to this channel right now, and thank you for watching this tutorial. Thank you for sticking with me to the end of this tutorial. I really appreciate it, guys, and please don't forget to subscribe. See you next time, and thank you for watching once more. It's not easy at all. And if there's any tutorial, anything you want me to teach you on this channel, please, you can drop it on the notification box, or you can send me an email to codeuiandy@gmail.com. So thank you guys for watching, and much love, guys.